Zachary Show here, and welcome back to my WWE 2K25 Bloodline Dynasty Showcase. In the last episode, I defeated Hulk Hogan as Yokozuna at King of the Ring 1993 to capture the WWE Championship, and now we're going to go backwards to WrestleMania 9, April 4th, 1993. The Headshrinkers versus the Steiner Brothers. It's on you to change history against the Steiner Brothers and guide the Headshrinkers to a huge WrestleMania victory. This means they did not win the first time, and it wouldn't be a 2K game without bugs and glitches, and I never got an achievement for completing an objective in Showcase. So maybe I'll get that in this match, but I didn't get it in the first one. Let's get going.
Our next chapter sees the Showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
Fatu and Samu, the Headshrinkers.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Headshrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as Paul E. Dangerously, and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Afa, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal.
The Headshrinkers are coming!
Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Headshrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner Brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner Brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that. Stop them in their tracks. and get the Headshrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
Okay, before we get underway, I will just say about WrestleMania 9 is I love the look of it. It's not particularly a well-regarded WrestleMania. Also, I turned up the music, I turned down the crowd. So, let's talk a little bit about the Headshrinkers. So, I didn't know much about Samu, so I googled it quick. And Samu, his son is Lance Anoa'i. You may not know who he is yet, but you will. He's signed to WWE currently, and he is more famously known for losing to Shane McMahon during that Shane McMahon-Roman Reigns feud. Also, Fatu later became known as Rikishi, which is what you probably know him as. And his legacy is carried on through his three sons, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. And talk a little bit about the Steiners. Keep in mind, I was not alive during this WrestleMania. I was born later that year. I mentioned that in the last episode also. Also, I want to mention, I couldn't figure out who that one unlockable person was in the last episode. It was Mr. Fuji. You couldn't tell in the picture. Like, I figured it out. So, Scott Steiner on your right. You probably know him or how he looks now versus that look. Rick Steiner, now on your right side, wearing the headgear. Their legacy continues through Rick Steiner's son and also Scott Steiner's nephew, Bron Breakker. Also, this WrestleMania was held at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, and WrestleMania is also home. Las Vegas is home to WrestleMania this year, WrestleMania 41. I forget the name of that stadium. Allegiant? I think it's Allegiant Stadium. I was at WrestleMania 40, but I am not going to WrestleMania in Las Vegas this year.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as gladiators face off here at WrestleMania.
And Cole just mentioned that.
We are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Headshrinkers and the Steiners.
I just like the Roman look of the stadium. This, I believe, is one of the better matches on WrestleMania 9. The show as a whole is very underwhelming. And I didn't realize this is a timed objective. That's concerning.
Some success in the tag division tonight could really be their coming out party. Well, they certainly have tradition to uphold.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit it.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as gladiators face.
We're just going to restart because I don't want to.
And we are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Headshrinkers and the Steiners are ready for.
I don't know why I didn't. Again, I don't know why I didn't get an achievement for getting an objective done. I seem to always have issues like this when I play this game. And not when I say this game, I mean all of the 2Ks. Stun him before I do the combo thing because I don't want to time it out. I realize I could always just go for it. Like if I don't make it this time, I may just go for it off camera for the objective. I heard the timed objectives are driving people crazy in a match later in the showcase. I tried to avoid spoiling anything for myself, but I've heard about that.
concern themselves much with the financial matters, Saxton, but they are dead set.
I hope I can do this with Fatu.
Toughest dudes around. There may be an abundance of togas in the arena today, but you're not going to see a lot of Greco-Roman wrestling out of the Headshrinkers. They're just looking to hurt the Steiners.
And that actually may help Samu and Fatu here. The Steiner brothers have earned most of their wins by utilizing their amateur wrestling skill set. I can't imagine they get many grappling opportunities against dedicated brawlers like the Headshrinkers. The Headshrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE, but they both come to this match with a few years.
The crowd's a little quieter, I think.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have their share of singles titles too. Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the Headshrinkers tonight.
I'm sure you've seen the ring gear that Braun Breaker wears, very similar to that of his father's. Okay, and that's already who I have in the ring, which is great. And so it's just toss Rick to the outside, and Scott comes in. I don't think there was a tag made. Over the head, belly to belly by Scott Steiner. And Samu is in.
Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu. Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
Samu, is that what you said?
And this is what the Headshrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around.
Alright, sidewalk slam by Samu to Scott.
We find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry.
Elbow drop off the top, but we have to continue the beatdown though. It can be either guy, so let's do a tag. Tag to Fatu. Into the ropes. Oh, we saw this earlier. Very unique double team move there. And I mentioned this in the last episode, but if you want to see me play other modes and you want to see me play them sooner, because otherwise I'll wait till after I finish the showcase, and you know that takes a while sometimes. If you want to see other modes, leave it in the comments. If you want to see me go to the island, you will see my rise eventually, but if you want to see it sooner, let me know. If you want to see me do something with Universe mode, I haven't done that in a long time. Or the island, I've already mentioned that. Let me know. GM even.
Before this match began, you heard the Steiner speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan and do what we do best, and that's wrestle." That's all well and good for the Steiner brothers, but Alpha has gone on record saying that his men are looking to tear Rick and Scott's heads off. Boom! Read that one.
Countered into my own pin, but we cannot win yet, so I don't think I would have anyways. Double face plant finisher. Might as well go for it. We have to worry about Rick making a tag though. Also, I don't have a finisher yet. Let's just tag Samu back in. Attack Rick. Yeah, it probably isn't enough. He's stunned, but I don't know for how long. Well, and I didn't... Oh, yeah, so Fatu has a finisher, but Samu doesn't. Oh, crap. I forgot about the count. I hope he's out of the ring. Good. I didn't think he would count while he was stunned. That's weird. But let's hit this double face plant. Oh, it's like a skull-crushing finale. That's kind of sweet. And, did Scott just popped up like nothing after that? I don't understand that. But super kick. But that's a win. I'm not going to tweak the difficulty yet because I struggled a little in the last match. But choking Scott out, this is again not what actually happened, which I like. And So it's Alpha in the ring, one of the Wild Samoans. But again, Samoans have the hardest heads in wrestling, so headbutts don't hurt them. And we unlocked WrestleMania 9, we unlocked the Headshrinkers, we unlocked Alpha, we unlocked Rick and Scott Steiner, and we're doing pretty good on time for this, so I think we should jump into the next one. Where's my achievement? I don't know. We'll deal with that later. So, Rocky Maivia is when The Rock first came into WWE. I believe his debut was the Survivor Series previous, or maybe it was 2 years before that. I'm not sure. Versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. You know him now as Triple H. Thursday, Raw, Thursday. February 13th, 1997. I was alive at this point. A bright future will be jump-started if you're able to guide Rocky Maivia to the upset of Triple H, to his upset of Triple H to the Intercontinental Championship. I'm pretty sure this is what actually happened.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born
It was 96. Good.
Business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock. 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows, while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day. If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth. He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it?
Electrify?
The
No.
smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
The #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making its way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
Blue-chip talent with a bright future.
That was a quick entrance.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
His opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 246 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
You can see both of these guys kind of on sporting gimmicks that they didn't. I mean, they didn't really get famous off these.
Against a newcomer, Rocky Maivia.
Well, you can consider it risky. You can consider it overconfident. But any way you look at it,
I mean, I don't need to really tout their accomplishments per se. You know, both of them multi-time world champions, leaders of factions, both basically running the WWE at this point. But I will mention that The Rock's legacy is carried on, or will be carried on, by his daughter Ava, who is the general manager of NXT. She's wrestled a little bit, but not really.
the past doesn't matter.
This is for the Intercontinental Champion. We don't need to see the graphic.
The Intercontinental title hangs in the balance. Tonight in a match between our refined champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and the young challenger, Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third-generation up-and-comer.
And going for a submission. I'm not planning to win with it. I'm just going to let it go immediately.
His opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition
Need to land some offense outside the ring.
Not a good predicament to be in. Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count. And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson.
I'm running Power Slam.
Appreciate Rocky Maivia because he's a chip off the old block. Notwithstanding as well, the genes of his grandfather, the incomparable
Heavy combos.
Chief Maivia.
Going forward, if I don't nail this of the timed objectives, I will
If Rocky Maivia
just do them later.
and experienced Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he's going to have to do it with unrelenting energy. Rocky.
Forces a break.
I gotta get up.
Oh no, getting in position. What's he planning to do here?
Indian Deathlock.
This is gonna hurt the legs.
I'm not going to get this objective. Okay. Deal with it. Deal with it later.
I think it's Helmsley who's reaching peak frustration.
Can't quite put Rocky Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
And he gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all.
So Paul didn't really mention who The Rock's father and grandfather were. His father, Soulman Rocky Johnson, and his grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now.
People did not like The Rock at this time. We had another running power slam.
And give credit where it's due. Rocky Maivia is leaving nothing to the ring.
Into the corner.
Nobody home. Rocky hit hard.
And Triple H.
To take over this match.
Yeah, I'm still calling him Triple H. I don't care if he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his.
Probably going to go for a superplex. And he's taunting The Rock.
Disrespect from the arrogant champion. Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really
going up top, here we go. Superplex.
Intercontinental champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a
And he hits it.
This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize?
Hunter going for the pin.
Hook of the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder.
Not the best cover he could have done.
Enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia. Hunter has to be.
You know, it was a very interesting stat that Paul Heyman listed. I never really thought of it this way, that beating Hogan, Cena, and Austin at WrestleMania, like I never really processed that, oh, those are the faces of 3 different eras. I go for the pedigree, but The Rock falls down, which is a good way to inadvertently counter this.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup. I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on a Rocky Hunter Hearst.
And Triple H doing a curtsy, because why not? Going for, and small package. 1, 2, 3. Rocky won the title in what I can only label as a fluke victory. And Rocky has won this. I didn't complete all the objectives, as you can see by those locked icons, but I did unlock this Raw Arena and the Intercontinental title at the time. Again, I will tackle those things off camera, but there might not really be a purpose if I don't get the achievements anyways. I'll figure that out. But let's get a preview of what's coming next. But before I do, like this video down below, leave a comment, put your ones in the comment section. Let me know if you want to see other modes, whatever. Subscribe to the channel, helps me a ton, and it's free. If you missed the last episode, there will be a box somewhere over here where you can watch episode 1, which contained Yokozuna and Hogan, Headshrinkers and the Steiners. Actually, not true. Headshrinkers and Steiners is this episode. You know what I mean? Yokozuna and Hogan and the WrestleMania 40 last 5 minutes thing. Headshrinkers was earlier in this episode. But up next, High Chief Peter Maivia, The Rock's grandfather, versus George the Animal Steel. Right now. What? Fighting in the present? Okay, whatever. I'm Zachary Rousseau. I'll see you next time.